So again, we're doing 3/4, meaning that we're going to be seeing the front of the face as well as part of the side. So it's a 3/4 view of the head. All right, so we have both male and female. We're gonna do the female though today. I'll probably post male too as well later on onto my YouTube channel, onto this channel. So the first thing that we're gonna do while we're engaging in this is we're going to use that placeholder shape. Okay, so we're going to separate page. So kind of like that motorcycle helmet shape. Kind of looks like a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah.
So do this shape right now. Upside down egg, motorcycle helmet. Yeah, like a mannequin almost. And then we are going to, once we have this shape, we're going to do a vertical line that curves down. Okay. This is going to be like the middle of the face along this line here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a line that divides top from bottom equally. Okay, but we're also going to curve it too, just like we did the vertical line. And I'm using, again, a searching line, not pulling out a ruler. Okay, so this axis right here, this little point here, is going to be kind of like the bridge of the nose. All right, leading up to the brows, leading down to the nose. Okay. So again, this shape that we created here is just a placeholder. That doesn't mean this is going to dictate the overall finished shape of the face. It is just a way for us to start and build out from the eyes. Okay. So make these lines, make this shape, and then we're going to move on. Okay. All right. So the first feature that we're going to kind of work on, guys, is before we even move into the eyes, sometimes I start with the eyes first, sometimes I don't, but I really want to go back to where we began the last time with the profile, is making the bridge kind of the nose. Okay, this bridge. So we're just going to do a little line here, going down, angling down, and then angling back out. Okay. Now we're going to kind of create the eyebrow up here, just a little placeholder line here for the eyebrow, and then correspondingly we're just going to go over to the other side here and figure our other eyebrow is going to go over here. Okay, here, here. Just a little demarcation of where it's going to go. Boom, boom. Now we're going to make sure that our eye on this side, which is, the left-hand side of the face, we're going to make sure that we're going to make this shape first, a curve over that middle line, right? Because this is dividing from top to bottom equally, proportionally. This is just a little placeholder almond shape. And we're going to do a corresponding shape on the bottom, kind of curve up and then back down, and then up again. Curve up, down, and then back up again. Now we want to make sure that the space between this eye and the next eye, the right-hand side eye, is about the same width as an eye width. So we're going to start right here, approximately the right-hand eye. Okay, so again, we're kind of curving with that. Right? And honestly, this eye over here is going, because it's wrapping around, it's going to be a little bit smaller than the left eye. We're not seeing as much information. Okay. So right now it looks kind of creepy, but so the next step that we're going to do after that, let me just get rid of that, is we're going to create some eyelids, line it inside this shape. All right. And you want it to kind of taper when you get close to the ends. And we'll have this person looking towards their left. Now, again, you know how we've been drawing portraits. We're not going to draw the whole iris. We're only going to draw a part of the iris. Just imagine that this is a whole circle here, but our eyelid is kind of cutting off some information here. We'll do that corresponding one on the right. So this is the iris, and then we're going to draw the pupil over here, looking to the left. See that? I'm going to take it a little slower here for you to catch up. Okay, so I'm also going to include a little reserve white of the page here for the catch light. And that's the light being reflected onto the pupil. Okay. Just like so. And I'm going to darken the outline of the iris. Give a little weight. And then include little hairs that actually control the amount of light or the size of the opening, which is basically your pupil, right? Okay. All right, and like we've done in our previous drawings, we're going to add from this eyelid line, we're going to add some eyelashes. And eyelashes are very important. They keep dust and particles out of our eyeballs. All right, they don't necessarily all grow in a uniform way. A little hint of them on the bottom. Same thing, instead of though, these are gonna go a little bit further out, going the other way. But we are gonna have them wrapping and going around. Eyelid. Okay. Little hint, tear duct. tear duct, and then a little bit of shadow. Cast by the eyelid. Okay. Alright. So we have cool eyes. Now let's build the other facial features in just a second. So we're going to take a measurement from here to here, outside of the eye, and kind of rotate down. You know, like right around here or so is where our nose is going to end. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a kind of a circle. I'm going to have more information on this side versus here. Right. Little circle, little circle. This circle is going to be behind the bigger circle because we're not going to see all of it, right? But this side we're going to see more of it. So we're just going to basically build a nose here. That's a little bit far. Outside of the nostril here. So in, out, and down. Alright, now we're just going to darken the bottom of this nose, center of the nose. And again, we're going to do that same thing that we've done in the past, where we outside of the nostril and then hook it down. Okay? Same thing over here. Not going to see a lot of it though, because covered up by the nose, the bulb of the nose. All right, next thing, after we have all that information kind of down, we're gonna move down to the mouth. But I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds to get caught up. Q, am I going too fast? Okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna move down right around here, and we're gonna emulate this shape here of the nose that we made up here on the top of the lip, and then come out, curve, and then out, curve, and then out. Okay, it's gonna be the top of the top lip. Include some shading here. Make a little circle here. This curve is going to go right there. Make a little circle right there, and then kind of use that circle shape to create that line. Then back out, and then taper out. And then shade that. bottom lip, we're going to just emulate these shapes. We're not going to connect them. Okay? I'm not going to connect them. I know it looks a little weird, but we're going to pull everything back. All right. Now, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to kind of define this side of the face and moving across. Okay? So I'm going to hold on just a second. Let you guys catch up. We're going to travel up to the right eye area. We're going to create space here, a little shading. But this is the line that's important. We're going to cut in, and then we're going to roll back out to create like a forehead and brow. Okay. And then below this line, we're actually going to go back out a little bit further from that placeholding shape that we created to define like a cheek. Okay. I'm going to come back out here and then cut back in, right? And then leave some space. We all have a little bit of jolly flesh around the mouth, so that we have the flexibility to, you know, smile and chew and all that stuff. And we're gonna go a little bit further down from here. So we're gonna go out, in, out again a little bit, and then back out to give her a defined chin. Okay, so out, in, out again, out once more, define that chin, and then come across. Okay. So as you can see that a little bit better. All right. So I'll come back up to the eyebrows and just darken these eyebrows a little bit. Again, trying to emulate the shape and also the growth patterns of actual, you know, eyebrows. Right? Go up, come across, come back this way. That's the way our eyebrows grow. Okay? All right, now we have kind of a semblance of a face here, right? So we're going to take the measurement here, or from here to here, basically. We're going to go to the outside of the eye. The ear is going to be kind of ending right there. And then from the angle that we're working on, the ear, we're not going to see the whole flat of the ear, right? Ear is also going to start at the eyebrow, or the same height as the eyebrow, right? Go all the way down to the nose, right? So then we know this is just kind of a generic ear shape, right? So we know that that's where our ear is going to go. Then we can start worrying about the jawline, where that's going to be. So we're going to pull the jawline up here, give her a nice, soft yet strong jawline. Okay. And then from there, we can really kind of define like her hairline too as well. And again, the hairline, what? It frames the face, all right? And we don't want to give her a huge forehead or a really small forehead. We want to give her a forehead that is somewhat proportional and realistic. So, all right. So this is when we can start erasing some of these placeholder lines and kind of clean up our face a little bit. And then we can get into some of the shading and the fun stuff. Right. Now that we have all this information kind of down, we can start really kind of having a little fun here. So we're gonna get rid of some of these. I want to keep kind of a light version of the placeholder here, up here. So I'm going to check my proportions from here to here, because we did extend the chin a little bit. So I'm going to go from here to here. I know that this is where the top of my head is going to be. So I know that I'm going to be making hair a little bit higher, have a little bit more body above where I know the skull line is going to be. Right? All right, so before we get into hair, we're gonna go through and kind of draw the ear. And this is just kind of a generic ear shape that you guys can create. All ears are different. You don't have to draw it like mine, but this is what I'm gonna do to kind of just as a placeholder for that information. Okay, and then maybe I'll give her an earring. All right. So, hair. Let's give her some hair. I know that the top of my head is here and probably coming down this way. This is where I'm going to have like space to work. I'm gonna give her, let's give her some cute half in her hair. Yeah, cool, beautiful, like that. And then we'll do a part here. Yeah. Because, you know, Q, I've been raving about your hair since, like, the beginning of school. Just, maybe some strands. Maybe I'm going to tuck the hair behind her ear on this one, you know what I'm saying? And then have it taper back so that it's longer up front. Look at that. Coolness. Q, I didn't realize you had like superhero hair. She looks kind of, yeah. Look at that. You guys can do whatever hair you want to do. I'm doing Q hair. So that. And then a little neck, a little hint of a neck, and then we're going to shade that. Okay. I'm going to do a hard outline just to show where that hair is. Look at that. Okay, now we got a face. right? But we're gonna do a little bit of shading too as well. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a pencil, pencil, and I'm gonna try and just keep my light sources coming from the right. So I'm gonna do some shading along the forehead, using one directional mark making here, along the cheek, down to the jawline, just along here. I'm gonna come in with a little bit of shading here, underneath the nose, along the bottom of the bottom lip a little bit, darken the top lip, get it a little bit more, just so I can create that contrast. That contrast is gonna make this look pretty cool. A little shading here along, maybe give her a little smirkage. Same direction mark making here, coming in here to define the nose and then the cheek here. A little bit more smudgy here so it looks like she's smirkage. And then I'm gonna, again, darken the area below the jawline where the neck is. Inside the ear a little bit. Okay. Over the eye a little bit. We have this area of kind of skin above the eyes. I'm gonna darken this in here too as well. Now I'm going the other direction, creating some cross-hatching marks in here, going underneath the nose, on the nose. Okay. Going into there, the cheek. Along the brow. Okay. And back to the right-hand side. And I could spend hours going through and shading stuff, but we're gonna leave it at this for right now. And then we're gonna darken just some shading along the right-hand side here, just to show that this hair is framing that side of the face. Okay?
No, it's the game. You just have to get it.